Battle at Humbrain. I believe it still has a hypervelocity cannon. It does. I think, to be in all honesty, this episode, we're gonna try to take Cato Nemoidia. Cato and Deco Nemoidia. No, they're too heavily defended. We're gonna have to go a weird route to get to the outer rim. We could backtrack up through here, but I see no reason to right now. And part of me wants to save up to make a Praetor. So we're probably going to try to save up and make a Praetor this episode, which should only take week 27. Yeah, but it also comes down to he has a lot more going on than the rest of us, so he has to oversee the dev team and do a lot of stuff. I'd like to see him diversify a little bit too, but that leaves room for people like me and streamers and YouTubers like me to kind of fill that gap. Noodle. That's so hot. Let my noodle cool down. Alright, let's get into defending the planet while my ramen cools down. Does this mean I get... No, still get the Invincible class. What did... I hate this pathing. Where are you? There you are. Give him something to think about. Okay, here comes the fighter mob. I don't get it. Why can the Dreadnought just turn left and go? But everything else, or this, seems the need to take this extremely long path. Get out there and meet the fighter mob. Couple of carrots.
Cruiser, standing by. Moving into positions on your command. Ready to commence.
I'll get you two up here. I don't think they actually brought enough to win the day. Especially with how damaged that is now. And I'm wondering how much I can do to this. I can't get the Pride of the Core yet, to be honest. I'm not in the correct era. That's at least from my understanding of Corey's game. That everything is era driven and you can only get certain things at certain times to keep you from just curb stomping. Yeah, I know it's a bit more effective, but I also like keeping an eye on them. Alright, let's take care of the Providence. Alright, you're designed for piracy, so you should be able to shoot down fighters, right?
Awaiting your orders, sir. We've reached the base perimeter, sir. Reinforcements have arrived. Pull out! We've done it. We should clear the area. Ready to take off. Concentrating fire.
That fighter mob should be dead.
Cruiser ready for combat. Moving into positions on your command.
Take out his engines, please. Thank you. He can't get away now. And then we'll see what the hypervelocity cannon can do to one of these. So many of these little drop ships. Like, they build them en masse, and they get fighters out of them, which is bull. Control, click. Everybody just move forward and shoot anything in your path. If it makes past you, and to be honest, the shipyard should be able to, this should be able to take care of it. The starbase should.
This is Bravo 4.
Another one on my 6.
We've reached the base perimeter, sir.
Ready in. This one's mine. Ready in.
Yes. Good.
Let's show these clothes.
Erase that thing, please.
LAC responding.
Did you erase it? Almost.
We've done it.
Should have joined the infantry. Ready in.
Never join the infantry.
Ready for command.
It goes so horribly.
Hide.
I am not the best infantry commander.
Open this fight.
I'm great when I can work on a 3D plane.
Ready in. This one's mine. I'm onto him. Let's show these clothes how it's done.
Well, it comes down to if I can deal enough damage, some of these ships will just jump out instead of actually fighting to the death. Especially these. And sometimes the fighters can deal enough alpha strike damage to get them to jump.
We'll crush those.
And now they're running. This thing is lost to them, which is nice. Oh, let's see if I can get a flight of my mule. I think it's cooled down enough. Goes. I took out 10 carriers, Jesus. It's okay, there's 700 more. Where'd that come from? Gotta pray to, yeah, so it'd be here in this list where I could build it, but I can't. Ah! Fighters aren't as bad in this because they can't pierce shields. Again? You're coming back for more?
Cruising speed.
Little space station. Ebok. I can get there in time.
Plot our course.
just gonna send the Jedi. What is at this planet? Jesus. The bigger ship is the, I don't know, we'll check in a second. With the fighter. We're just gonna wait. They sent one fighter. Death, yes, death is at this planet. Let's see. We'll head over to Kuat. Oh, I can start building these in mass. This is a Mandator class Star Dreadnought. It's not technically the Pride of the Core. Pride of the Core is a very specific ship, but it is very close to it, and I really don't want to spend that much fleet cap on a single ship. Actually, that gives me a question. Obi-Wan, can you be given a Venator? No, you can't. Unfortunate. What about you, Anakin? Can you? Alright, let's let the week tick by. As for some reason I continue to... Yep. The battle for Ibak. You sent one Looser Hulk auxiliary. Okay. It's a lot to send to take out, unless that's the only battleship they had in the region. Like, that's a very proficient attack force to send to deal with not that much. Get back here, Pelion. Andalian. So have you learn, and this guy. What's your story? A new member of the Republic Officer Corps. Wheeler is a man. Oh, okay. Cool. You're considered a heavy frigate? Okay. Yeah, that was to be expected. Run away, run back. Run back to your little homes. Noodles. Well, that tells me there's not a lot where they came from. There's not a lot at Fondor. Makes it a very tempting target. Speaking of, tell me what they have at Fondor. Since apparently Denon is death. So, from what I understand, in Era 2 or in Era 3 or 4, I get these planets under my control. I don't know if they come with. That's death. You know, it's sitting right outside Kuat. There's nothing in the orbit of Fondor? Noodles. I'm gonna spy again, just in case. Wow, there's really nothing. I'll take Cato and Amoria. I get.
Safety check complete.
I guess we'll take Fondor. Boy. Oh boy. Well, Trench is back. I don't trust auto-resolve. Nobody ever should. Sorry about your Twitch crashing there, mate. Okay. Where's their shipyard? Pause.
Choose your reinforcements.
This entire area is locked off. But
Where are we headed? Let's move this bucket. Full throttle. Anchors away. Plot our course. Safety check complete. Where are we headed? Yes, sir. Moving to sector. On my way, Commander. I copy that.
alright, the entire Republic fleet just dropped out of hyperspace, and or most of the Republic fleet, not the entire thing.
All lights are green.
You guys, you need to sneak around here and take this out as fast as possible.
Taxpayers' money at its finest, sir.
Yeah, taxpayers' money at its finest for sure.
They're not so tough. That's right. Yes, sir. I recommend we deal with them first.
Bomber Squadron, get in there. No, that's not your target. Your target is this. Alright, that trade station's gonna go down fairly quickly. That's going down fairly quickly. I think we're set. Especially since the things with the big armor values are taking the hits.
We are under attack. Requesting air support. Taking the offensive. Enemy
What do you mean?
reinforcements are on their way.
Yeah.
Shields are down.
Alright, that Providence is fairly crippled.
Their missiles will tear us apart. I'm under attack. Moving into attack position. They're all around us. I can't hold it. I'm pulling out. Sir, we've lost another ship. Sir, our forces have been wiped out.
Yeah. Having a full fleet jump in front of you and then to the side of you to take out your shipyard.
Sir, more fighters are
It's something that would require human intelligence to fight.
Sir, we've lost you on the sensors. We'll hold this position until you return. Preparing assault salvo.
Not saying that the AI in this is bad, but the AI is fairly good. Fairly good. They've done a lot of work to it to make it that way too.
You've got one on you. Your orders?
When it comes down to a human will always be smarter than you. At least for right now, will always have the better of a game AI.
All lights are green. Safety check complete. The enemy is in full retreat. You've got
Not yet. Send these two up there
locking on.
to target down that Providence.
All your squad mates have been destroyed. Ready for command. Ready to deliver.
Should have joined the infantry.
We need you to clear the area in order to proceed.
Is this ship actually going to survive?
Should have joined the infantry.
It might.
We can't let them escape. There's too many of them.
Here comes the Venator.
But these circumstances call for drastic measures.
I'm taking
On
fire.
your order.
Oh wow. And remember, all of these are garrison ships, therefore they will all not count. None of them get to technically survive. Yeah, you can put it like that. Especially like when you're playing chess against the computer. The computer knows every single possible move, every move combination. A human can still beat the computer because we can think critically and creatively in a moment.
Perhaps this will be your lucky day. Not blindly, but
I'm actually going to try out these ATRT walkers. I left Ayla Secura on Forost with some tanks.
All crew accounted for.
Ebok. What can you make on the ground? You can make some food and some peoples. Actually, peoples, no. Parts, yes. 802 from Volta right now. Yes. Build me my Venator fleet of doom. Never stop printing Venators. Who do I want to drop down first? Smarks. Robotic intelligence doesn't get its intelligence from critical thinking, no. Robotic intelligence gets its intelligence from programming. From the information we've given to it.
Building under construction. Let's do this.
It's one of these. Okay. Yeah, I can deal with this. Do 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 do.
I know what you're thinking.
Give me an artillery piece to fend them off with. Give me the scout walkers and a tank.
Your wisdom is an inspiration to all. The cities will not be scared if they're training droids.
Give me that and that. Now build pad back there. Alright, for now I can at least hold this area. Move everyone forward. Except for you. You stay here. You are group 9. Artillery. You see something, shoot it. True. But the normal use of a chest bot is to train, to become better.
True warrior fights for something greater.
Or protect yourself.
When they put you back together, I think they took off the brain.
So you want to make it improbable to be, not impossible.
You're hoping that it's okay.
Well, especially when it comes to an RTS game, AIs tend to look more statistically at things instead of
This was a little tougher than I expected.
unilaterally and support-wise. So if something has the best statistical chance to win, a single unit, say, has the best. True, you can make a program that in part can think, and that's in quotation marks, can think, quote unquote, for itself. But it's not an actual thought process. It doesn't process it. Well, it processes information, but what it does is it creates the best, quote unquote, possible outcome for itself. It's a very interesting process. And computers will only get smarter and smarter, and I'm here, and I'm so happy to be alive during this time to get to see this leap of technology and the feats it's going to accomplish.
upside down. I see room to refine your abilities. My faith in you is well placed.
Moving into target zone. Give me recall. Yep, good. Get ready for attack. Enemy approaching. Move forward.
That's not exact. Well, it is a type of learning. It's called pattern recognition. You study the pattern that your opponent takes and use it against them. It's a very,
I want to see you
it's very, very
suffer
early
as
learning.
much
It's something we learn as
as
children.
join the living force.
It's also something dogs do. You give them a treat every time they sit down. They're going to sit down for a treat. Or they're going to sit down and expect a treat.
What kind of general commands an army of droids?
Now, don't you dare touch my artillery piece. What do I have left over here? Not a lot. Robo Walker guy. Come here. Come stand over here. So I don't lose the entire company. Tank. Tank. Soldier. 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 Correct. But it... So we haven't taught something to go and seek out knowledge on its own. We've only tested things in closed situations where we give them knowledge to learn. I guess is what I'm trying to say. We haven't taught a computer to go learn. Yes, they could. But to learn every human strategy ever would take
Life of treachery can end only in
a
bloodshed.
lot of time. Given that even if there was someone who played the game like I do, doesn't mean they play the game exactly as I do. And there are minute variations between the two. Get this tank up there.
This fight will have a winner and a loser. You're looking at the winner.
Where did you just come from? Oh, you came from the mountain pass.
Crash
Okay.
like a wave on your armies and sweep them away.
Yes. Though the computer systems that we've created up until now, or for now, have not been designed to learn everything. They've been designed to know one specific task extremely well, instead of every task. I'm not sure why that decision was made, but I have a feeling in the in the near future, say 10 years, or even possibly before, we will see artificial intelligence that actively seeks out knowledge, seeks out new knowledge, and not only learns what we've done, but experiments on its own. Because I believe the threshold for what we consider an artificial intelligence right now is whether or not that it seeks out its own knowledge, but that it seeks to expand on the knowledge that we have. Yes. But I believe sentience, or what we will eventually consider sentience, is whether or not a robot actively seeks to improve its own situation through knowledge and then apply that knowledge to make something more. If that makes any sense. Because it didn't really make sense to me. We have wild and crazy times ahead of us, and I am extremely excited about all of it. Files can be very easily compressed as long as they're not video or audio. So I don't see why something, if it had enough operating capacity, couldn't compress and decompress all files at will. But yes, it would require quite a bit of storage. We have taken Fondor. Immediately we're going to drop a senator's office. I don't understand why these planets cost me so much. And even Duro is still oh no, Duro stopped costing me a lot of money. Oh, they were trying to bring troops. Again. Having met the average person, you might want to scale down the time for how long it will take them to be smarter than the average person. People aren't as intelligent as we like to believe. Like, don't get me wrong, humanity has a level of intelligence. But comparatively, it's quite low.
We're heading in.
We are still quite young in this universe, and part of it is due to our own arrogance. Believing that we are the smartest thing that has ever been created. So, until we take into sharp reflection that we might not be the smartest thing, we won't strive to be any better. Right. Or being taught something and understanding something are two vastly different things. I was taught English. I understand science. I can learn more science at will. And I'm willing to learn more science than I am history. That's not a problem of knowing the subject, it's a problem of how do I put this? Not liking the subject, but
Let's move this bucket.
well, Chandrilla is about to be under attack.
Yes, sir.
And we're about to have a real big fight on our hands at Belgorod. Right, but I was taught things in school, and I know kids who were taught very similar things or the same thing recently. I still remember the concepts of quite a bit of my teaching. Intelligence isn't all about what you know, it's about how you use what you know as well. Which one are you? You're the wimpy one. We'll bring that in over here, we'll bring it in over here to soak up some damage. We'll resume the game. I need Yularen. I need this guy. I need a couple more Venators. I don't know where they're shooting.
Ready to update orders.
I see their point.
Yes. We'll level them.
So intelligence is a very odd thing, because I find people... There is very varying levels of intelligence as well. Someone can be intelligent in something and not something else.
Air cruisers standing
And it's not because they were taught better.
Charging generator.
Here's the funny part. I graduated high school with a 1.63 GPA. By all accounts, I'm considered stupid.
Droids are for flying, they say. I see their point.
Destroy 'em. Clear the area.
Missile away.
Your orders? Stand clear. Fighter 1.
Find a ship. Someone's trying to take this ship.
Hold up. Provide cover. Go for the weak spot.
Yep. That's the normal response I get.
Destroyed the Techno-Union ship. I gotta go through my 6.
Victory is imminent.
Yep.
Just like the simulation.
I almost failed out of high school because of English. I can speak, read, write, and comprehend English. It's not an issue for me. My teacher was the issue for me. And the school I went to held English in quite a high regard. Therefore, I almost completely filled out. He doesn't imply himself, just like I didn't.
The enemy has secondary reinforcements on standby. Stop them! That's the way it's done. Track that strike fighter. Designated target destroyed. You picked up a vulture. Our sensors are bearing set. Breaking comm silence. Get out.
Should have joined the infantry.
Separatist forces have lost. That takes care of that one. This is the captain. Got you on the comm. Reinforcements are being depleted. Vectoring to the enemy. Down that interceptor. I suggest immediate evacuation.
I am a very firm believer in school should be not an elective, but school should be more focused on where you want your end goal to be, and you should be allowed to take classes that would improve the situation of your end goal instead of cookie cutter classes for everyone. And that's not surprising. Ask him where he wants to be. Ask him what his end goal is. It might surprise you. And figure out which classes wouldn't exactly help with that goal, and they'll probably line up. And I'll be very frank, in school it's not being about smart to get an A, it's about reiterating what the teacher told you. School is not about learning, or at least it isn't anymore. I could probably send you the papers that I handed in, and you could send them to your teacher, and they probably wouldn't know the difference. Just change the name. I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it 1,000 more. School isn't about learning. School stopped, quote-unquote, being about learning when we started, quote-unquote, providing children with an education for the future. Or for careers that don't exist yet. That's all well and good, but when a kid tells you what he wants to do with his life, and you tell him, well, that's not a thing, that's the problem. They plan to make it a thing. Hey, the plow is finally going by. Video dreadnought. Everybody with some extra anti-fighter firepower. Rip them to shreds.
There's nothing we can't handle.
Well, that guy's fairly dead. Yep, you're not wrong.
We've reached the base perimeter, sir. It should be destroyed shortly. Ready for command. Moving into
So, what it comes down to is that's what we needed at that time. Therefore, that's what was provided. You needed people to stand in a factory and stamp out the same 700 items for hours. Every day. We need that less now. And the world should change along with it, but the education system also doesn't get enough money to change. Oh, they didn't get there in time. Damn it. Well, this is a lost battle. That's a light frigate shipyard. And a small... To be honest, that's probably more than I would have been able to destroy myself. And good and bad is your own definition of it, is what it comes down to. Everybody's definition of certain things is either good or bad. There's almost never a middle ground. And that's fine.
Sir, holding position. I can't do that. I need cover fire. We need you to clear the area in order to proceed. For the Republic! Direct that strike fighter.
I've probably heard hundreds of arguments on why certain things should be defunded, and I'll probably hear hundreds more before the day I die. And everybody has their conviction and the box they stand on, which is a good thing.
Clear the area. Enemy touch. Concentrating fire. Charge!
Alright, they're finally coming at me. Neither of these have hangars. And that's very true. But forget who told me. Somebody said, without an external force to worry about, the world will never work together no matter how hard we try.
Enemy reinforcements have arrived.
Because we have no reason to work together. We have no reason to work together without having an ulterior motive.
Shields are down. All power diverting to weapons. Oh no! Enemy sighted. I'm transmitting the coordinates to you now. They're not so tough. I lost count. How many does that make? Sir, all fighters approaching directly ahead. Give me a target.
See, like that. I didn't actually destroy that ship. I got it to jump out. It's usually what an exterior force means. But yes, without an exterior force or an exterior reason, there is no reason humanity will work together on anything. Because there's nothing for them to gain. And everybody says, well, the world will fall apart if we don't. And everybody's response in the back of their head, especially governments, is, yes, the world might fall apart, but we might stand just a little longer than you. Therefore, we win. It's stupid, it's childish, but it's the world we live in. Stupid camera. Alright, come deal with this ship. Once I fix this. There we go, close enough. Humanity is inherently selfish. And that's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but it's how it is. But what it comes down to is it would have to be something from off. It couldn't be something man-made that was going to destroy the world. It would have to be something non-man-made. Like a comet or something. And it would have to pose a threat to the entire world. Every single life form.
Yes, sir. Engaging. Aye.
He's almost down.
They're jamming out.
It's a very big ship for not a lot of hard points. Yes.
Acquiring target.
Something that would be big enough to basically send the world, into almost like a nuclear winter.
Your position. Engines idling. Now that's how it's done. Put sabotage their vehicles. You've got company.
Alright. We'll take something cataclysmic. Excuse me. Senator Mothma, I don't believe we had the pleasure of meeting. I represent a group of senators calling ourselves the Delegation of 2000. We are concerned with the direction the public is taking in the accumulation of power around Palpatine. His true goal has always been the subjugation of thousands and thousands of worlds. You seem to have gained some sway in the Senate as well as in the military. What did she say? Where to go? Close. Close. Government? Completed? No. Close. I think she said something about making a choice. Let's go to political choices. Political? No. Main menu? No. Completed? No. Well, they're not on my side. And I can't seem to find... Oh well. It's an interesting proposal, though. Is what would it take for humanity to work together? What is the end-all be-all for humanity to actually work together? Oh. And how much longer do we have? We have 2 minutes. Alright. So that's where we're going to end it. I'm going to double check and make a poll if I can. But it looks like we have a decision to make. Either to go with... I'm just going to finish up this ship. Either to go with Mon Mothma or Emperor Palpatine. And it is a lot cheaper to do that on Quad. So... let's keep printing them. Here, print 2 more, 3 more, 4 more. Print them. But we now have all these planets. Apparently we just get Mbara. We still don't have a way out of Mon Calamari. Oh, we might. No, we don't. That's a lie. We don't. We have no way out. I could build an impressive fleet and it'd get rolled over by whatever they decide to bring in. Oh, all these planets are basically fresh starts. Wonderful. I have Corellia, I have everything else, but there's nothing on it. Alright, so that's what we're going to call it this time, but thank you everybody. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you everyone for stopping by and watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, be kind to each other.